Tennessee Smokies has the same card.
All right, yeah, we're live.
We are live, Brainiacs, with the Brainbuster Radio pre-show. Night 2 of a 2-night taping. We're like TNA. Whole lot of recordings. We recorded stuff that's going to air after the stuff we record tonight.
Is there going to be a podcast in front of us before we go on?
We're going to hope to God. Yeah, and actually on our own network. The Straight Youth podcast is going to go on before us.
God damn it.
The Sunset Flipcast.
Going into every podcast is a move now. We started that.
It's true.
It's like I started
Not true.
I would like to give people my emails for future bookings.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Jacob,
Triple J's here. Jacob J, the King. How are you doing?
Are we live, brother?
Oh, we are live.
We're on
Jacob.
YouTube. Are you going to turn into a robot?
I can't guarantee that. Most likely at some point.
Well, on tonight's menu, we've got the Elimination Chamber, obviously. Ring of Honor and TNA tag teaming Wednesday nights. We've got NXT. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have a little Scott Hall talk. Where do you want Scott Hall to end up in the next few months? I want to see what everybody thinks about that. We're going to talk maybe a little Paul Heyman and Stone Cold Steve Austin on the network podcast coming this Monday. And of course, and the main event is Elimination Chamber predictions. And everybody who's listening live can call in 412-4075 BBR 412-407-5227. And we're going to have a good time tonight. I got some Chinese on the way overlooking New York City out of a dusty-ass window. Triple J's in the middle of nowhere, turning into a robot. Moose the Mark's desperately trying to get to New York City. Bill Calzones he was all over Mexico the past couple weeks, scouting for Global Force Wrestling. Did you know that he's a scout, Moose the Mark?
I did not know that, Long Island.
He wears one of those Panama hats, mask, and he takes notes while he goes and watches people like he scouted the Tate twins. In fact,
Pocket full of quarters for the pay phones. We could rush off after seeing a hot new talent.
I don't know if we'll get any Global Force in today. So for the pre-show, Mil Calzones, can you tell me, is that the only card that's set so far, the one you read me before we went on air? Mil Calzones?
Yeah, that's for 2 dates. That is the card for just at least 2 dates. There hasn't been anything different.
And you read them off now for the Brainiacs who don't know about it. Global Wrestling's first announced cards.
You have to give me a minute because I'm looking at Sheamus as Rocksteady, so hold on. I have to go all the way back.
Yeah, we're going to get into that a lot. I can't wait to talk about that. I mean, obviously, that's got to be why he has the mohawk. We'll see.
And that awesome hair.
Hold on, still not a robot?
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Sound fantastic.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
All right, let's keep it up.
All right, here we go. Real quick, I want to know that card, though, from Mil Calzones. You got it yet?
I've got it.
All right, read it out loud.
All right, July 12th, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson versus the new Heavenly Bodies, whoever that could be. Then
they're from Pittsburgh. They're a hell of a tag team.
I see. Then we have Sanjay Dutt versus Jamin. I know. Versus Jameen Olivencia. I don't know who the hell that is. Chris Adonis versus Dustin Starr. Brent and Brendan Tate versus the Best Friends. Lady Tapa versus Thea Trinidad, and George T. Murdoch versus Moose.
So Brodus Clay versus Moose is the main event.
Yes.
Incredible. SmackDown's going on live in the U.S. as we stream this.
Yeah, I'm getting it up on the stream. There we go.
I'm not watching SmackDown. Do not spoil it for me.
What a terrible way to hype up.
Boost Mark, real quick. You should link everybody that's on the show to YouTube so we could see what you're streaming with your magical video gimmicks that you run now.
Well, I wouldn't advise that with Jaker's bandwidth.
Jake, maybe you don't click on that. I will. I can afford to.
Yeah, and the second card is Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson versus the New Heavenly Bodies. Sanjay Dutt and Chase Owens versus Jamin Olivencia and Jason Kincaid. These are basically the same people. Chris Adonis versus Devin Driscoll. Brent and Brendan Tate versus the Best Friends. Lady Tapa versus Thea Trinidad. And once again headlining George T. Murdoch versus Moose. That is not a lot of star power, to say the least.
George T. Murdoch and Moose square up.
Wow, talk about a dream
We're going to
match.
start this damn show. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
All right. I will ask you to mute yourselves if you're on the program. If you're listening, you could talk out loud because I can't hear you. And we're going to try to entertain you right now and talk to you. We're about to record Brainbuster Radio segments 1 and 3 for this week's May 30th show that will podcast Saturday, May 30th, 6:05 Orlando, Florida time. Full Sail, Walt Disney World, whatever you want to call it. All right, here we go. Recording in 3, 2, 1.
And now from east of the Pacific to west of parts unknown, south of Mars, north of hell, here are the smartest minds in the sport of professional wrestling. This is Brainbuster Radio.
You only learn the way you are inside when life gives you the test. Will you back down, turn and run, or stand up with the best? When your back's to the wall, what will your answer be? Will you run for the door? Will you run out on me like it's hard? It's no holds barred.
How the hell are you doing, Brainiacs? I'm Long Island Iced Tea, ready to talk pro raps with you and my fellow Brainbusters right here on Brainbuster Radio. It is a hellacious week of pro wrestling with a big pay-per-view in the WWE, a big announcement that we're going to kick off the show with from Ring of Honor and Destination America. It is going to be a spectacular talk program, and you are invited to join us. 412-407-5227 is the number. We are streaming live and in color on Brainbuster Radio's YouTube page. Just go to youtube.com/Brainbuster Radio. You can get on that, listen live as we record this podcast that drops every Saturday at 6:05 Eastern, Orlando, Florida, Walt Disney World time, every single damn week. And we got the chat. We got Moose the Mark's internet gimmicks going crazy. Reddit's all over the show now. We've got Twitter all over the show. And now we have fancy video gimmicks accompanying the audio for your visual stimulation and pleasure. So thank you, Moose the Mark. Thank you, Brainiacs, for joining us. Thank you, wrestling gods, for the announcement that came this week, Triple J. Get me in order so we can talk about Ring of Honor on Wednesday nights on cable television.
Here. Can you hear me? Or you
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell you, it's been a hell of a pre-show this week. If you listen to the show live, we do a little pre-show gimmick that's on the YouTube. And Triple J, God love him, has been having some extreme difficulty not turning into a robot today. He will be in and out, I guess, of the program. I'm going to hope that we could keep order if he's not around. He just sounded like a robot. Let's see one more time if he's still in Triple J robot form instead of just regular old King Triple J. Jumpin' Jacob J, are you there?
I'm here, but can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Can you get me in order?
All right, let me get us in order real quick because I don't know how long this is going to last. We got the Chamber and Destination America. That's basically all you need to know, but only in the United States.
Well, that's true. I don't know about Ring of Honor overseas, but they're looking to conquer the United States. And boy, oh boy, did they make a statement. Everything has already been said about this. It's the middle of the week as of the live on tape show. If you're listening to the podcast, it's been a few days since the announcement. Ring of Honor is now the sexiest thing in pro wrestling because it is officially on cable in all the big cities all across America on some channel called Destination America that apparently Impact Wrestling has been on, Moose the Mark.
Yeah, Long Island. It's the biggest news in a really long time, and we talked about this, or we will talk about it at length in the future past segment of this show. But I mean, I think it's a really special deal. It's really exciting. ROH, this is the break they're looking for. This is the one they've been talking about for years and years and years. They're finally on cable. They finally have a national footprint. So now, the sky is the limit. And
as wrestling fans, this is unbelievable. I cannot believe how good it is to be a fan of professional wrestling. And it doesn't matter what kind you want to watch. If you want to watch the sports entertainment aspects and the acting and the pyro and the crazy gimmicks, you got your WWEs. If you want to see incredible mat-based wrestling and hashtag flippy shit, you got Ring of Honor now on Destination America. If you want to see God knows what, you got TNA on the very same channel. You even got New Japan on cable. If you want to see strong style, and then if you want to see the hottest thing going, you got NXT on the network. It is unbelievable the amount of pro wrestling out there, the options we have today. I am spoiled. There's too much content out there for any normal man, but thank God I am not a normal man, Brainiacs. At the Brainbusters, tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it. Let us know how excited you are, dog, because holy shit, we got wrestling on almost every night of the week. And Wednesdays, oh my God, thank God for DVR. I don't know. I think I could manage to watch all those shows live, but for anybody else, like Mil Calzones, what are you going to do on Wednesday nights now that you got Lucha Underground, you got Destination America's 1-2 punch of ROH and TNA, and you got NXT? It's going to be tough for any normal man.
I don't know what I'm going to do. All I know is that every Wednesday, I'm going to have to sit down and make a tough decision. That's all I know.
Now, Moose the Mark, we got to get into the logistics here. We got a war now, a full-fledged war. Cream is going to rise here. All these different companies in the middle of the week, two of them are pretty much tag team partners for now. Who's gonna end up on top? Are they gonna affect each other like, say, WCW and WWF once did, now WWE? Or are they really not gonna? Is it not gonna matter that Ring of Honor airs while NXT's on the network, or Ring of Honor and Lucha Underground go head to head?
Well, Long Island, it's like a famous enforcer once said, adversity introduces a man to himself. When these guys are finally in direct competition with each other, they're going to have to step up their games big time. They're going to have to figure out what works, what doesn't. They're going to have to shine up their positives, hide their negatives, and just really bring their A game, because now they are in direct competition. You think Ring of Honor wants to get lower ratings than the nationwide joke that is TNA? You think TNA wants to get stomped in the ratings by some upstart, company filled with indie geeks without a lighting rig? I mean, these two especially, they're not even on competing networks, but I feel like this is where we're going to get the real big competition. It's just who's going to do better on that network, Ring of Honor versus TNA.
Listen, Musa Mark, everybody wants to go out. They want to have the match of the night, and they want to come back through that curtain and say top that, and that's what's going to be happening on Wednesday nights.
I hope so. I mean, the thing is, though, here's the thing. TNA, we're talking about competition and everything, and competition making the shows better. TNA, I don't know if you guys remember the brief experiment of rekindling the Monday Night Wars a few years back when TNA moved to Monday nights, and that did not cause them to step their game up much at all. And so, I mean, if any other company in the world, I'd say this is a good thing. But I think TNA, and they've been doing much better lately. But I think, I don't know, I foresee a complete meltdown.
Well, okay, I invented the power of positivity and loaned it to the New Day, and we all know that the power of positivity started on Brainbuster Radio. Now, as the creator of POP, hashtag POP, I gotta say, I like TNA's chances of staying alive on Destination America. Let's say you have 10 fans who are pretty much really mostly watching Destination America for Ring of Honor on that first night. June 3rd, Wednesday night in America, Wrestling Night in America. These Ring of Honor fans, these 10 people, they're going to go and sit and watch Ring of Honor from 8 to 9. Now, how many of them are going to be retained to stay at least from 9 to 10? I'm going to say 7. How many are going to stay for the full 2 hours? I'm going to say at least half. At least half of them are going to be able to withstand 3 hours of non-WWE wrestling on the same network. I think it could happen, and I think it's going to help TNA.
I mean, Long Island, there's definitely going to be some spillover, but I don't know how many people are going to stay, through 11 o'clock. But maybe they don't need to. Maybe they just need to, they need to prove that 9 to 10 o'clock hour has a little bit better ratings, a little bit more eyes on it, and then maybe just maybe Super Beta Prostate can be advertised.
Well, exactly. That's the mark. The issue for TNA isn't ratings. They're getting decent enough ratings, but nobody wants to advertise on their program, correct?
Correct, yeah, but that's more of a perception. See, originally the thought was people just don't like wrestling, and that's why I mean, it's big. The recently released, Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter yesterday released the actual memo that was sent by Destination America or Discovery to their advertisers, letting them know, or maybe not to the advertisers, but TNA was on a lot of when you buy ads on a whole station, you could select shows that you just don't want them airing on. And TNA, allegedly, according to the Observer, was on the do not advertise list for whatever reason. It's just now I thought, and like many others, that this was just sort of the cultural perception that wrestling fans are just redneck dumbasses who don't have money. But if Destination America is getting into another wrestling product, I mean, they obviously want wrestling. So maybe it's just TNA. Maybe it's just these advertising companies whose jobs it is to be aware of what people are watching and the general public opinion. Maybe they realize TNA, holy crap, this is a company run by nincompoops, and it's not the wrestling we don't want to be on. We just don't want to be associated with TNA. I mean, its name is a stupid joke about boobs.
Well, it's Impact Wrestling now, but the title
is it really though? I mean, I don't know what it is.
The show is Impact Wrestling.
TNA, tits
but
and ass.
the brand.
Look on your guide. The website is impactwrestling.com. Okay. They tried to change the name, but there's still some, there's still some leftover from the TNA name. It's on the title and such. But the 3-hour block of pro wrestling on Destination America has got to be sexy, Triple J, to not only Super Beta Prostate and knee braces and back braces companies, but also, I mean, you're going to be having people like Casey Masterpiece wanting a piece of this action. I think I could see Mountain Dew Kickstart maybe advertising over on there as well. What kind of advertisers do you think are going to see a 3-hour block on another network of pro wrestling and try to get involved?
Well, I mean, you not only have to look at that 3-hour block of wrestling, but you have to look at the whole channel, because just like there's going to be spillover from Impact Wrestling into maybe a late ROH or ROH into TNA, you also got to think of Barbecue Pitmasters and some of the other high quality shows that they have. So you're right, barbecue sauce, grilling equipment, charcoal, things like that. But then, maybe some advertisers out there, they want to take a shot, maybe some archery equipment, possibly. Clay pigeons. All of these things.
Network. Speaking of cross promotion, how many shows on this network now make absolutely perfect sense for the Briscoes to make cameos on?
I mean, I'm gonna look up the I'm gonna look up the
got
program schedule right now. Really, Barbecue Pitmasters is the only thing I can say in confidence that I know is on the show.
What about Hillbilly Blood?
I'm pretty sure that is just going to be renamed Welcome to Sandy Fork.
What about Ghost Asylum?
Buying the Blood. Buying the Bayou.
Hillbilly Blood, Buying the Bayou, Kingsford Invitational, Ghost Asylum, Hillbilly.
Long Island. There is really a lot of cross promotional. I mean, whenever we had The Rock on what, Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Oh my God!
Or the big show on Psych. Imagine what they could do here.
I am almost ready to predict that the Briscoes will be the face of Cabela's by the end of 2020. I'm calling it right now. The Briscoe brothers obviously have the if anybody's destined to be, okay, Moose the Mark, you sent me a video of Vince Russo immediately reacting to this news and saying that, Brand, somebody's going to have to step up now, but it's all about who is going to become a star, not just a wrestler. Do you think the Briscoes are those guys? I mean, the channel is pretty much tailor-made for those two gentlemen.
I think America's love affair with like neo hillbillies, I don't know, might kind of be fading. I mean, you never hear about the Duck Dynasty people anymore. Now you got to be from Alaska if you want people to make a show about your wilderness lifestyle. Alaska,
live in the yes, but there's a show called Alaska Monsters.
Oh.
I mean, they could go moose hunting one day on there,
and then maybe Moose, another Ring of Honor alum, can cameo.
It's anything's possible. You got a lot of good shows out there. Deep Fried Masters, Fast Food Mania. You think Cheeseburger could be on that show?
We got Mountain Men going on the video stream right now.
It's an incredible channel, and it is a destination. It is Destination Wrestling. Wrestling night in America, Wednesday nights. And if I have to prioritize on June 3rd at least, live, I am going to watch that 3-hour block live. I can't wait. And then I don't know if I'm actually going to do that every Wednesday from then on out. It'll probably be more of watch Ring of Honor live, then NXT, then Lucha, and then probably hope to get TNA in, which is basically how it goes for everybody, isn't it?
Well, I guess it is. But I want to ask Moose to Mark. All right, Moose to Mark.
Yes.
If you are Impact Wrestling, supposedly the word is they were not informed about this prior to that. Okay,
right.
But they still have top booking. They're still the main event slot Wednesday night. But I mean, they got swerved. If you're Impact Wrestling, do you feel okay that you're still the main event slot, or do you feel that they're bringing in new, younger talent? I mean, is this a case where the network is, publicly bargaining with another company, to give them more money that they already have to take their spot? Is this a TNN deal we're seeing?
Yeah, very good. This is very reminiscent to me of ECW on TNN, where it was just I think TNN might have gotten into it with sort of the ultimate goal of getting WWE in mind, and I don't know, I think Destination America was genuinely all in on TNA, at least for a while. They promised, they had so many time slots when they first started. They had like recap shows and weekend shows, and there was a whole lot of to-do about Destination America's commitment to the brand. And it slowly started eking away. The rerun shows got canceled. They started just all sorts of just budget cutting decisions, and their time slots on the channel have been really slashed. And yeah, they do have them. 9 to 11. TNA has 2 hours. Ring of Honor is 1. 9 o'clock is a marginally better time slot than 8 o'clock, but you're using Ring of Honor as a lead-in to TNA. When you use lead-ins to get people to watch a show that no one's watching, right? You don't use lead-ins. you use lead-ins because everyone will tune in for the first show, and then hopefully the lazy ones will stick around for the second one. And I'm sure they're thinking there are a lot of people there who watch Ring of Honor, but it just completely, disregard TNA. So I think they're trying maybe to sort of give TNA some little shine here. But I think in the long term, I mean, as of right now, again, according to The Observer and many other news sites, Destination America isn't going to renew TNA come September.
I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. But there is something I would like to bring up. I'm not sure how much you guys have been tweeting. I was in the television entertainment industry for a little bit, and people may be wondering why you already got one wrestling program that you're not too hot on. Why would you bring in another? And Brand, the thing is, basically the only thing Destination America has to do is, turn out a couple generic promo videos to air on their channel during the day, because Sinclair Broadcasting, the owner of Ring of Honor, they are still airing that on their network shows through most of the country. And basically, all they're doing is handing a tape to Destination America, and they're going to put it on. That's about it. It's
much
very, very cheap programming. It's like Cops. So somebody else films it, they give it to you, and you put it on screen. You don't need any fancy CG. They already got a decent opening, and then the content is going to speak for itself.
Yeah, the show's getting made regardless. It's getting broadcast regardless. This only benefits. There's almost no downside for ROH in this whole deal. They're already making it's I cannot even possibly imagine a downside. I guess with the exception of the Samoa Joe situation, because now that Ring of Honor is going to be on a nationally broadcast cable network, albeit even one as small as Destination America, now WWE might be a little more stingy with Joe's contract and where they're going to let him perform outside of NXT.
Yeah, we gotta wait to hear what's going to happen with that situation. But then you did say it's Destination America. I'm looking at Mil Calzones on the 1s and 2s, Brainiacs, and I could tell him he's wearing a mask, but I could tell he's confused as shit. He has no idea what a Destination America is. He barely knows what Ring of Honor is. He knows that it's where Adam Cole wrestles. Mil Calzones, are you going to try to find Destination America on your cable network?
If I could, look, I've already been searching, and I haven't found a single thing. I've even typed it in the search thing, destination, and it just has a on my TV screen. So if I ever find this, what is this thing called again?
Destination America.
Destination America. If I can find it, then maybe I will tune in for about an hour.
Good luck. It's on a lot of providers. If you got satellite, it's definitely there.
It's out there.
It's out there, but not reachable.
It's just one of those channels that you never knew you had.
The truth is out there. Is it one of the fastest growing channels? How long can a channel be the fastest growing channel? I feel like some channels claim to be the fastest growing for like years.
Well, I don't know, but it's definitely the stock is rising. If you had,
I think outright rose up pretty fast. I never had that channel, and then one day I did.
Well, the news is spectacular, regardless if you get Destination America, regardless if you like Ring of Honor or Impact. All that it means is that every single major company in the sport of professional wrestling now is on cable in America and is accessible via your television set and not just the internet and pirating or some streaming site or a pay-based over-the-top network. You could have a cable box only, and you could watch all of the wrestling in the world that matters. That includes AAA, which is also on, was it on Galavision, Univision, plus you got Lucha Underground. We're talking worldwide. All the major wrestling is on television. It's unbelievable. And nobody thinks there's a wrestling boom.
Well,
sitting here for 3 goddamn years saying wrestling's the best thing on TV again.
Well, I will agree 100% that we're seeing a ton of new content and a ton of, I mean, there's obvious interest in wrestling, right? Because, I mean, even Spike, after the disaster they've had with not 1, not 2, but 3 wrestling companies, they still want in. They were talking with Ring of Honor about airing quarterly specials. I mean, people still want wrestling, but I don't think it has, I mean, we gotta see. The ratings for Lucha Underground aren't astounding. TNA, obviously, even WWE's having problems with the ratings right now. The foundation is there for a new wrestling boom in terms of content, but what we're really lacking is stars. Is in terms of like cultural impact. There's no Steve Austin, there's no Rock. John Cena is amazing, but he doesn't have quite the reach that those guys did. I mean, you know, the fuel is all there. It's all on TV and mostly on Wednesdays, but we need a spark to light it all off before I think we'd actually call this a new boom period.
That's why you put the Briscoes on Barbecue Pitmasters. You put them in Cabela's commercials. You put them on Hillbilly Ghost Hunter Deluxe. And you watch society change for the better. I truly believe it could happen. The Briscoes
are born reality stars, I think is what you're trying to say, Long Gone. And they also have a side project of wrestling that they're pretty good at.
I mean, Duck Dynasty stole their gimmick and made billions of dollars. So I think they could be it. But there's plenty of other people that are there. I mean, Adam Cole is just an incredible athlete, a beautiful guy. He could be it. I mean, for all we know, Brutal Bob Evans and his extremely inspirational tweets and his cool hobo hat, he might be that guy.
Listen, let's not count out brand new shows that could be added to Destination America. What if like the Romantic Touch had his own Bachelor show?
Oh my God.
Something similar to that, and an ODB show where she just, you know, hauls that Airstream all over the country, just getting, you know, learning the customs and, you know, different Americana.
That is really good to know now that ODB and Eric Young don't have to have a long distance relationship anymore now that they're on the same network.
They're back to back. It's going to make travel a lot easier.
Yeah, it's good for them. It's good for a lot of folks. What is your reaction to guys like MVP being out and rumored other TNA guys being just outraged that they had no idea about this?
Well, I mean, it's not so much you should. I mean, with all the lack of transparency this company has and all the very bad communications issues between the late paychecks, the uncertainty of future dates, the constantly changing plans. It just sounds like complete chaos right down there. I mean, they weren't even going to do a conference call until they said, we'll explain everything at the next TV tapings. And people were so pissed they had to do this conference call. And to be frank, from what I'm hearing, there were still some pretty evasive answers. They said, Dixie said, allegedly, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, that, you know, they couldn't say anything. They couldn't comment on the ROH deal. They couldn't comment on whether they were being canceled in September. And people are mad. It's just about a lack of communication, if nothing else. It must be so. Can you imagine working there? Jesus.
I could. It'd be incredible living in Nashville. No, but it's so many uncertainties and corporate not telling you what way is up and where you're headed. And I feel MVP. Holy hell. And then to top all that off, you still got to go wrestle in a gimmicky 6-sided ring. I think that's such a disadvantage now. I think it makes TNA look goofy now that Ring of Honor is on the same network, don't you?
Oh, it's definitely embarrassing. Of course it's embarrassing. Imagine, man, I don't know. It's such a weird situation. It's hugely insulting. It's like bringing in your replacement as you whittle away your last days of work. It's just...
Well, the best analogy I have found on the internet and all the reactions, Moose the Mark, you know about this. You saw it on R Squared Circle on the wrestling Reddit.
That I did.
Triple J and Mil Calzones might not know about it. So someone on Reddit who goes by the username Rock Lee 2344 had an incredible analogy, basically saying that TNA is like a dude who for years was dating a smoking hot chick, in parentheses, Spike TV, but always took her for granted, never really knew what he had until he lost it. And Spike TV one day was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm over it. This isn't working out anymore. And Impact Wrestling, the guy, just found himself all alone for the first time and really kind of shocked. And, you know, he went to New York and he did all the best shit he's done in so long, trying to, you know, just, you know, win her back and look really good for her. But, you know, she already had made up her mind. And she said, you know what? No, it's over. Seriously, I'm moving on. And so the guy met some other chick who was, you know, not as smoking hot or intelligent or really a whole entire tier below the last girl he was dating. And that girl's name is Destination America. And he jumped right into bed with that girl, and TNA got with Destination America, and he just went full on. He fell in love hard, and he just went for it. And meanwhile, the chick the entire time was never really into it that much, because she leaves the guy, TNA, for a scraggly, pudgy-looking, neck-bearded dude named Ring of Honor. And pretty much says, yeah, you know what, I was never really into it as much as you were. I thought that was a fantastic analogy.
I'm not sure if something to that length can be considered an analogy, Long Island, but I will say everyone on that TNA roster, board members, production staff, anyone involved with TNA has a right to be mad and should be mad. I would be, but this is not a world for charity cases. You get farther in life by putting the best product on television or by doing your job. I hope that both can survive, but all signs point to only one of them is going to leave this chamber.
It does, and they're both gonna leave completely different companies.
Oh yeah.
Come September,
one's going to leave and choose a different profession.
Right now, Ring of Honor has this crazy momentum. Can you imagine what the people working at Ring of Honor are going to feel like at near the end of the year when they are the last company standing, the mighty Destination America, and they have pretty much overtaken TNA definitively, finally. I mean, it's really kind of been a lot of people have believed this, at least I think for the last year, that Ring of Honor is the official number 2 in America, but definitively make the statement that that's the number 2 promotion behind WWE.
Well, let's not count TNA out right now. I think it is far too early to be making that assumption.
If I could make the analogy, another analogy, TNA could end up being like that company or that guy that about half of everyone he meets absolutely loves him and rides with him forever and ever, and then the other half just despise him and they can't stand him. And wherever they go, they hear the people that love. He hears the people that loves him, and he hears the people that hates him too. And it's just polarizing. But he never gives up, and in the end, he comes out victorious. Do you think TNA is that kind of guy?
I don't know. TNA, they have a lot to prove. The roster, I hate to say it, but I think there's going to be people on that roster that are just going to be walking away. Maybe walking away to greener pastures. Maybe just calling it quits. Because people need to dig down deep and they need to think, are they in this for the long haul? Because it is going to be a fight now.
It's a battle. Mil Calzones, make your official prediction. Is TNA still on Destination America come this fall?
When you got the greatest pro wrestler alive in the other company, it's pretty much over. Goodbye. Farewell, TNA.
There you have it. Moose the Mark.
I don't think they're going to be around past September. No, I think it's done. I think it's done. I think they need to take this company out back and shoot it. And that's it. It sucks. I hate to see people out of a job. I really do. But I mean, at this point, it is better for the industry that this place is gone because all they're doing is poisoning some fresh talents with a ton of potential, but they're poisoning them because WWE will never touch them. And, it is a detriment to your career to be in TNA at this point. Like, period. And I don't think that will ever recover. And I think it's done. And I don't think this is going to help very much. I don't think their ratings are going to improve. And no, I do not think they will still be on Destination America past September.
And Triple J, what say you?
I say they're going to get an extension. It's not going to be a full year extension. Maybe it'll be a 4 or 6 month deal, but I think they're still going to be around for a little bit longer.
I'm going to say that the 3-hour block of pro wrestling is going to propel Destination America to heights never seen before, where people like Milcal Sonis will know the name Destination America, know exactly what channel it is on. And I think maybe TNA goes to the 1-hour show and ROH becomes the 2-hour show. I don't know about that. All I'm saying is that this is going to be so good for that network. They're going to be too frightened after the success to say, whoa, can we only rely on Ring of Honor to bring these kind of ratings and revenue and advertisers? We better keep TNA at least for a little while. I think that little while is going to be at least a multi-year deal, and I see good things. Hashtag POP, power of positivity. It's a new day in pro wrestling, not just in WWE, brothers. Call in 412-407-5227. Do you think TNA is going to last on Destination America now that Ring of Honor is in his house? 412-407-5227. We're going to be right back with our brother, the notorious Vin Man. He's going to have a special challenge, I hear, for all the Brainbusters and Brainiacs out there. Go to the Twitter at the Brainbusters. Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it, where you can scold me for my columns that I write on the website. We'll talk about this in a little while, guys. I got absolutely destroyed by some big-time Naomi fans for some comments I made in an article I wrote on BrainbusterRadio.com. I will retort these good people later on in the show. Also, Triple J will get us in order, and we will finally discuss and predict the Elimination Chamber. This is Brainbuster Radio, Brainiacs. Keep it locked. All right, if you're listening live, we aren't going to commercial. That's just for podcast purposes. We are going to take a breather for about 45 seconds. Gentlemen, what do you think of the show so far?
Is this on air? I don't see the little thing in the corner.
It's on air. It's just doing it in the whole video playing gimmick. I got to do it something a little more complicated. But yeah, we're live, pal.
We're on the YouTube. We got people. We got a chat room. They can talk to us. You can talk to them.
On the YouTube?
Yeah, on the YouTube, a chat room. We have comment sections. We have a phone number, 412-407-5227. We have a Twitter at the Brainbusters. We have everything. We have it. We're 100% covered if people want to reach out and talk to us about pro wrestling.
Long Allen, how do you leave a comment on the YouTube channel if you want to leave a comment?
If you want to leave a comment on the YouTube channel, you log into YouTube, okay. YouTube.com. You go to youtube.com/brainbusterradio, and on the live stream page that you're listening to the show on, there's a blank box, and you hit reply or leave a comment, and you could write a comment in there. We might even read it on air if it's not racist. To the right of that is a chat room that's live. Moose the Mark's right there chatting with people right now.
How do you subscribe to the Brainbuster Radio YouTube channel?
There's a subscription page or button right there, too. The subscription button could be pressed by anybody who's logged in with a YouTube account. You hit the subscription button, and it's very easy to access Brainbuster Radio content on YouTube.
what is the phone? What is the number you need to call to get on the air with the Brainbusters?
Swig of walnut chicken for the working man. The number is 412-407-5227 as I unprofessionally eat and talk into the microphone.
Okay, I think that's
Triple J, you're making it. You're lasting pretty long right now.
Yeah, I am. I don't know what's going on. Let's hope it keeps working. Brainiacs, if you're still there, we're getting ready to come back from break. We are going to have a little bit of elimination chamber talk. It's weird. It's a 2-week pay-per-view, and then we got Money in the Bank after this. And there's something. I'm pretty sure everybody else realized it that I'm going to bring up as soon as we get back. It is just a criminal travesty that is not happening at this pay-per-view this Sunday, which is presented by Totino's. And we're just about ready to discuss it.
People.
What's that?
They have like ranch and buffalo and duck sauce pizza rolls now.
Totino's is making duck roll pizza rolls.
No, they got that cheese one that blows cheese in your mouth. Right? That's Totino's, right?
Like a cheese explosion. I mean, I remember back in my day, we had pepperoni and sausage and cheese. That's it.
That's all you need.
Now they got all sorts of specialty gimmicks.
That and walnut chicken flavored.
Thanks a lot.
Walnut sauce. Moose the Mark, anything you got before I come back from break?
No, I'm all good. Let's,
Brainiacs, Long Island,
rock and roll. The stream's going good.
Ready to start
Wrap this thing up.
First half. All right, cool. Show this week. Let me get a groovy tune for us to come back in with. You ready to start our first. If Brainiacs, Long Island. Also, Moose the Mark.
Yeah.
I need you to have all the internet rumors ready for this elimination chamber. There's a lot of them. For the replacements of guys, and we're gonna have to talk about injuries, all that good stuff.
All right, I'll do my best.
Please have that on deck.
Does the big dog have a match at the pay-per-view?
Oh,
please.
But,
you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. I think Triple J might be the hottest. All right, let's see. I'm going to come back here with some music and then talking pro wrestling with you guys. Oh, here's an oldie but a goodie. All right, we're back live in 3, 2, 1.
Never before, never again. This is Brainbuster Radio.
Welcome back to the program, Brainiacs. Long Island Iced Tea here with Jumpin' Jacob J, Moose the Mark, Middle Calzones on the ones and twos, and King Triple J, or sometimes now he likes to be called King Robot Triple J. I don't know which one we're going to get here, but he's going to get us in order right away because we have 2 weeks ago we had a pay-per-view, and all of a sudden I turn around, we got another pay-per-view, Triple J.
Well, if you're in the United States, that is, we have a pay-per-view. I believe you can get it on real pay-per-view, they said. But, I mean, why would you? You could pay $9.99 like all of us suckers, or else you could just be getting it free for the second month in a row, like I hope a lot of you are out there, because Elimination Chamber is going to be coming to all of us live from Corpus Christi. And I mean, we could talk about all the matches. We could talk about champion versus champion, a triple threat for the Divas title, former WWE NXT champions collided, what this tag title elimination chamber is going to look like. But all of it doesn't matter because somebody is not booked on this card.
Wait, I wanted to break down every match, and you're
this is
heat right away. You got heat, hot fire, hot takes, Triple J.
This is far more important. A man is not booked, and I'm not talking about Dennis Stamp. I'm talking about the big dog, Roman Reigns. He's not on the card.
The big dog!
Why isn't he on the card? I thought he would have signed his name on the bottom of that contract also.
Oh, instead of Dean Ambrose or along with Dean Ambrose, you're saying?
It doesn't matter to me, but the man, he's having the hottest year, starting off with the Rumble, main event in WrestleMania, defeating the Big Show, who we have not seen since, and he is not on this huge out-of-nowhere pay-per-view.
Well, you know what? As hot as Roman Reigns, the big dog, has been this year, and hey, you know I love him. He's one of my favorites, dog. But he's in my Fave 5 this week. I promise I'm going to put that up on BrainbusterRadio.com, Brainiacs. As hot as Roman Reigns is, Moose the Mark, look at Triple J right now. I don't think he's as hot as this take right now. He is legit pissed right here.
I mean, there are certain rules that any successful, smart booker needs to follow in wrestling. And one of those rules is you have the most attractive guy on your roster in the best match. And they are not following these rules.
Well, we're in kind of a weird situation with these.
He defeated the Big Show. He won the Royal Rumble. He main evented WrestleMania.
Well, what I'm saying is that with this 2-week between big shows experiment that they're doing right now, maybe they don't want to oversaturate him. They saw what happened before. This is, I don't know, maybe it's just like, hey, maybe they have something big planned for Money in the Bank.
Listen, the man has multiple shirts out that are surprisingly both good. He's the new Randy Orton. Randy Orton did not lose at WrestleMania 30. It took him a year to get that one-on-one rematch, and Roman Reigns is still sniffing around the yard for it.
Brother, I'm all for Roman Reigns being on this pay-per-view, but I don't think he needs to be booked because you know what, Triple J? You don't got to get hot about it because if Roman Reigns isn't on the card, if he shows up to Corpus Christi, Texas, he's going to be on the card, okay? He puts himself on the card. And I said it with Vin Man earlier. I would not be surprised if we get the honor of listening to Roman Reigns do commentary during that world title match. Imagine how spectacular it would be. I wouldn't know what to pay more attention to. The commentary of the big dog or the action in the ring with that slimy, sleazy snake Seth Rollins and the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. That'd be spectacular, right?
I like hearing the man, but I would more importantly, I'd like to see him just punching those teeth right down Seth Rollins' throat.
He has a lot of fun doing it, and I think Triple J, you are going to get your $9.99 worth at this pay-per-view. It's incredible. We had one 2 weeks ago, and we got a pay-per-view already. Apparently, Moose the Mark, rumor is the writers love having a pay-per-view 2 weeks after a pay-per-view.
Yeah, like I said, and by the way, I said this on BBR's War before it was later reported in The Observer. I said it's pretty cool that they have a lot more focus now because they don't have to repeat shit for 4 weeks to build up a pay-per-view. You said you get 2 weeks, snappy, quick, focused. You don't have just a lot of repetitive matches, at least on the same show. It's unlike, SmackDown is still literally the same tag match that was on Raw on Monday. But I mean, within Raw, I don't know. I think the shows have been a little more focused. There's more urgency to the proceedings. I like it.
Well, hey, I'm all for more specials, more extra content, and holy shit, this tiny arena, you got to, by the end of the show, tell me how many people Corpus Christi's arena holds, Moose the Mark.
All right.
I'm interested. How many special people are going to be able to say they were at this show live? Not many. And with that said, I am hyped enough to actually formally break down the entire card now with my boys, Triple J, Moose the Mark, and Mil Calzones on the 1s and 2s, brother. Triple J, get us in order. What is our first match at the Elimination Chamber we're going to talk about and predict?
How long, Alan? No particular order. I'm just spinning the Rolodex. And right now, I am landing on a big-time match, champion versus champion. It's a man fighting for his country against a man that supposedly fights for his family. I'm not sure. I still believe that. But we've got John Cena versus Kevin Owens.
Incredible. The most important match on the card in terms of the future of wrestling. Now, maybe bell to bell, I'm not convinced this will be so close because John Cena is John Cena. Kevin Owens, sure, he's been all over the place. He's fought many, many different men, but nobody even close to the level of John Cena. Now, you said it. John Cena, we know where he stands. He's a great man. He's a good man. What makes a good man is being like John Cena. This week on NXT, Kevin Owens proclaimed himself to be a good man. But seeing what he's done to some guys, I wouldn't necessarily say that's true, Mr. Owens. You seem like a pretty piss-poor person in my opinion. Vulgar, even. Because, I mean, what he's done to his own friends and to go straight to the top is it's kind of cringeworthy and not really with the most dignity, if you will.
Okay, but Long Island, if I may play devil's advocate right now, maybe, all right, a lot of people want to talk about him stepping on that United States Championship and everything that it represents. What if the man is just so proud of his native land of Canada? He's not necessarily bashing another nation, but he is just proclaiming his patriotism to his own country. I mean, nobody's thinking about that. Nobody's talking about this. Maybe he's just has a different point of view.
Our nation, our title, your title, Triple J. You're an American.
Maybe he's just standing up for Canada.
You turning into a commie Quebecer right now on me? He stepped on our title. Aren't you pissed off? Don't you want to see this guy get his ass kicked at this pay-per-view?
Listen, of course I am. Anybody that challenges John Cena is on my bad side. Already by default, but I'm just trying to think about it. This man, he has a family to feed. He has a young son and an even younger daughter. He has a wife at home. Of course, he wants to give him the best schooling, the best clothes, the smoothest ride on the way to school. He fights for his family, and he's a prize fighter. And he knows that if he can challenge and even defeat John Cena, he's going to have more money for his family and a better life for his family.
Okay. A lot of terrible people have done things for their family, Triple J. I don't buy that argument for 1 second. Are you hearing this, Milk Sonas? Please tell Triple J he sounds like a commie bastard.
I don't know. Only thing I hear out of you, Triple J, is this language I don't understand. Some kind of commie talk is all I'm hearing from you, Triple J. When you're challenging John Cena and America, that just makes you public enemy number one. And do you want to be put on that list, Triple J, trying to make excuses for this man? It's like he spit in our faces, Triple J. He spit in my face when he stepped on that title.
Listen, I'm not trying to make excuses
on the show.
I'm not trying to make excuses for him. I'm just saying there is a point. There's a point that he's trying to stress. And listen, if we've learned anything in life, good and evil is a point of view.
I can't believe what's coming out of your mouth right now, Triple J. I mean, with what the stunt Vin Man pulled earlier, Moose the Mark, you were there, calling out anybody and demeaning that poor bastard from the Poconos. What Triple J is saying right now is far more egregious. This is John Cena versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is a blatantly, patently offensive human being, vulgar, stepped on our title. He almost deserves his ass kicked as much as Seth Rollins does on this evening.
I mean, it's the age-old problem, isn't it? It's the problem with all these guys who fans like Triple J and fans like me and fans like Bill from North Pocono. We grew up watching these guys. We've seen them for 10 years. We're rooting for the performers, and it's clouding our judgment as far as their characters go. And it's a big. I mean, I don't know if any of you gentlemen watch NXT this week, but Kevin Owens cuts a very very aggressive, quote unquote, heel promo at the beginning of the show. But the fans are just constantly cheering for him and going nuts, like everybody. And that maybe
that was appalling. I was embarrassed for Full Sail University last night on NXT.
Yeah, and it's, I guess you could say, well, John Cena's involved, so obviously they're going to cheer for the person going against John Cena. But I don't know, it's a problem, these NXT guys. I mean, he gets booze on the main roster. You know, he does great when he's on Raw, and most people don't like him. But the guys like me and Triple J, I guess we're the minority. We're in a Raw crowd in a not very quote unquote smart town. I don't know. We're gonna have to see.
I need 2 predictions right now before we go to the next match. First, John Cena hammered this thing home, and he really wants it to happen. I hope it does too. Will the fans be chanting, "Let's go Cena, fight Owens, fight," or will they still just be chanting, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks"?
Well, he asked everyone really nicely. I think he even said please. So I think he'll be fine. I think the fans will comply with this because I don't know. It's pretty badass. Fight Owens fight. It's a great gimmick, and I'm glad he got to take it with him to WWE, and that the company's endorsing it now.
Senor Calzones, do you think the Fight Owens fight Calzones on his trunks or under his trunks are going to inspire people to actually chant that instead of Cena sucks on Sunday?
Where's this Elimination Chamber at again?
Corpus Christi, Texas.
They're going to be chanting USA more than anything. That's my prediction. USA chants.
You have this as USA versus Quebec.
This is what I have it as. And they're going to be, well, no, they're probably going to be cheering for Cena sucks, I think, more than
Triple J.
Owens
Think
fight.
Corpus Christi buys into the Fight Owens fight chant?
My only prediction is that both men will leave as champion.
That is such a. All right, you're being a commie prick, and now you're not even giving me a legitimate answer. Are they going to chant that, and who's going to win this fight?
Listen, that is my answer. Each man has a legitimate point of view, and all those paying customers have a point of view. They're going to do whatever they want to make things better for themselves and for those close to them.
Here's my prediction. People are going to show up, and they're going to watch wrestling. You know what, Triple J? Ever since you became the king, you became a real dick. Moose the Mark, do you think Cena's going to prevail over Kevin Owens?
I do think so. I think the company, Cena's been showing a lot of ass lately. He's been seeing a lot of those big bright ceiling lights lately, and I don't think
a lot of hashtag POP, and we're not talking about the power of positivity, if you know what I mean, Moose. He's getting popped up, brother.
That was kind of a stretch, Long Island.
How's that stretch?
Pop means one thing in wrestling, and it's not that.
Pop up power bomb. That's what Oh, someone doesn't know the names of moves. He's too busy reading Dave Meltzer's and sending him edible underwear in the mail.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Who you got winning, Mil Calzones?
Oh, I got John Cena giving this bastard an AA on an American flag, roll him up in that American flag, and then raise him up high while he's holding the United States title.
Yeah, you guys are all just living in John Cena land, and you got to understand, John Cena had a time, but his time is not now.
Wow.
And this Sunday, you're going to see. Listen, you may go into the match saying, "Let's go Cena," but you're going to leave the match saying, "Fight Owens, fight."
No, we won't. John Cena's going to win. He's going to put Kevin Owens in his place, and all this craziness is going to stop. Because I got to tell you, not only since Triple J became king around here, since he became the king around here, he's been a dick. But also since this Kevin Owens showed up on the scene on Raw, this show has been I can't put my finger on it. It's different. You guys are changing. You guys sound like jerks. I mean, what happened to the fun we used to have on here? And you guys are saying you're good people, and you're following this asshole. I cannot wait for him to tap out to an STFU.
Listen, it's not always about fun. Sometimes it's about doing the right thing and it's about providing. It's about being a provider. If John Cena was a real man, he'd be married with 2 kids right now.
See, now that's just this show's getting problematic.
He's just a loner.
Gender roles, and we're not going to get into all of that. So now just move on to the next match before I'll fight anyone and everyone.
All right. So, switching gears now, we have the true number 1 contender, Paige, taking on Nikki Bella and Naomi. Triple threat match. The champ does not have to lose, and I bet if the title changes hands, the champ will not be pinned or submitted because, I mean, that's just the trend in pro wrestling right now.
Yeah, you're right. That's I don't remember the last time we had a triple threat where the champ was pinned. Nikki Bella has been a strong champion, one of the strongest champs in the WWE and in all of wrestling, defending her title valiantly. Starting off as a heel champion, she was a bad girl, and now we're all rooting for Fearless Nikki. And I got to tell you, going into this match, I am pulling for Fearless Nikki, and I'm predicting she wins. She has the best finisher of any of these divas. She's got the best fundamentals. Paige was out for a while. She came back. She looked rusty as, whatever's super rusty, guys. Because did you see her against Tamina? Yikes. And then you got Naomi, who's just not quite there yet. And if I could say something about Naomi, guys, I wrote an article about the most overrated wrestlers in every company. Against my will. I said this. They threatened my family. They threatened to put nude pictures of me on the internet if I didn't write bad words about people that are in my favorite sport, professional wrestling. And I named Naomi as my most overrated in WWE. Not that she's overrated, but she's getting all these opportunities and all this TV time, and she's doing great promo. She's athletic, but she's not captivating any audiences with her wrestling. It's a lot of just flippy shit and athleticism for athleticism's sake. Where's the story? She's got to let it breathe. She's not there yet. She'll get there. But I was just saying that, and then you would not believe it, Triple J. The people that came after me on Twitter, I before I say anything, I regret. Musta Mark will tell you about. He saw some of these people. He could do it in a much, much less offensive way than I would.
Musta. Listen, are you asking me or Musta Mark?
I'm asking Musta Mark to tell you.
Are we? It's because we're still on the outs. You don't like my point of view in the last match. You think the royalty is going to my head, and you're just wrong.
Oh, come on. That was that match.
No, that's right. It was in the past. We're moving forward.
Well, if Musta Mark won't tell you, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to touch this because it could be a sticky situation. But
what are we talking about?
I just wanted you to tell him about the people who came after me for the words I said about Naomi.
Well, yeah, Long Island posted a thing on our website, brainbusterradio.com, a think piece, if you will, on 5 of the most overrated superstars in this business today. And it's, you express some opinions, not some which I would share. It was a perfectly neutral, like nothing was. Yeah, he just critiqued Naomi's performance as a wrestler strictly. He didn't say anything that could even be remotely interpreted as offensive or anything like that. He just said his mind. And to be fair, most of the criticism you got wasn't on that front. It was mostly, nah, man, she's the best. She rules. You're an idiot.
Listen, some people don't like the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. Whenever you take a different point of view about an athlete, a sports entertainer that you cherish dear and near to your heart. Well, and I mean, some people on this show, feel that way also.
Well, the thing about these people that came after me is they just had Naomi's back, and I understand that. And she had a lot of people getting her back, and that's a lot of back to have. So it's a good thing she has so many people helping her out. And you know what? She's never shown me one modicum of the heelishness that Kevin Owens, for instance, shows. I think Naomi's still a good person. She hasn't proven to me that she's really all that bad, and that's why I am fine with them defending their girl. I understand their love for her. I was just writing it was a piece. I had to put someone in that spot. Sorry it was your person. She's not winning on Sunday, though. Nikki Bella wins. Paige is too rusty. Naomi's not ready. Who you got, Musta Mark?
I think Paige is gonna. Oh, shit. I think Paige is gonna take it. I think she's gonna take it all. She's very over right now. It seems like she's selling a lot of merchandise. She still gets very big crowd reactions. I don't know. I think it's Paige's title to lose, or rather, not win or something. But yeah,
Well,
I Paige.
It's pretty often that Paige takes it all. Would you say?
She's
I mean, she wins a lot.
of course, yes, she wins. She won on her debut. She's an impact player.
Milkhouse Sonis, Divas Action. Who wins?
You know me, I usually like to go by whoever has the best entrance when it comes to divas, and that's Nikki Bella. So I'm going Nikki Bella with the W.
Now, I 100% agree. It's Naomi or Nikki Bella 100% is going to win. She's better 100% than Naomi, and she's going to beat Paige 100%. But do you apply the same criteria to NXT women's matches, Milkhouse Sonis? The best entrance wins, or is there something else?
You know what? When it comes to NXT divas, I think I'm gonna have to go 60% entrance and then 40% actual skills. That's why Sasha Banks is my favorite, because one, she has a great entrance, and two, she's goddamn good. So NXT is more 60-40.
A little bit more respect for the NXT women.
Oh yeah, a little bit more. I'm gonna say a lot more respect for the NXT women.
All right, well, that's the Divas match. There you go, Triple J. We're not agreeing on anything yet. Maybe we'll find at the end of the show. I really, truly hope we don't end up rivals, because you can't afford more people coming for your crown.
Listen, we're just talking about matches. We are all we're both angry young males invested in the genre that is sports entertainment, and we're just giving our point of view. I'm knocking it hot. I don't think you are. We're just going to move on. We're not going to discuss what happened in the past. You got two former NXT champions, Adrian Neville, Bo Dallas. I predict a very short match ended by a red arrow.
We got a rehashing of an NXT rivalry that is one of the most vaunted. It was the first pay-per-view or NXT special, I guess you would call it, main event, the ladder match. And now it's on a WWE pay-per-view. Bo Dallas knows how to attack an injury. Neville, obviously, less than 100%. And I think it's just stupid to pick a guy with a hurt leg like that who relies so much on an aerial attack. I'm going with Bo Dallas in this one, getting back. He sees this opportunity. The guy's been on a losing streak, guys, and this is his chance to get back into his winning ways. And I think it's a masterful performance by Mr. Dallas.
Man, I don't know. This match just kind of seems like an afterthought. I just have nothing to say about this match.
What do you mean? It's one of the greatest NXT rivalries of all time, and we're getting to see it live on the WWE Network once again.
If this match is longer than 4 minutes, bell to bell, I don't know. I'm not going to make any big bets here. But
what is there not to like? There's personal issues. There's athleticism. There's a bad guy. There's great gimmicks. What are you so mad about?
I don't know. I'm not mad at all. I just think that this is just outshined by everything else on the card. It seems like a pre-show match.
Well, it could be. It could shine on the pre-show maybe with more minutes, but we got the pre-show. We got Daniel Bryan coming on Miz TV. Do you remember Miz TV still a show?
And do you guys also remember that Daniel Bryan is a wrestler as well?
Yes, I almost forgot, Milkhouse Sonis. Who you got winning, Dallas versus Neville?
First of all, I'm really excited to hear this speech again of Daniel Bryan to Miz TV, but between Bo Dallas and Neville, I'm going to have to go with Bo Dallas, because I always believe that's what I do. I just believe he will get over.
And are you as upset that this is on the card as Moose the Mark? It's a pay-per-view it's been promoted for 2 weeks. I don't see how this is a bad match.
I'm actually excited for this. I remember their matches at NXT, and they were all really good. So I'm pretty sure they're going to try to outperform everybody in that card. I'm excited.
I think it's just another one. I don't like calling them internet fans, Triple J, but it's just one of these fans that I guess they would identify themselves as internet fans. So I guess if they want to be called that, Moose the Mark, an internet fan, just looking for something to be upset about on a card that
I'm not upset. I just said I don't care. Bro, I don't care. Why should I care? They're not stars. They look like any Joe six-pack down at the natural food store. I don't care.
It definitely looks like a six-pack, brother.
Yeah.
He's maybe got 8 of them.
All right, look, guys, I don't want to be that guy, but Moose, you kind of sound upset at this match.
I could not be.
Triple J, do you agree with me yet that
Listen. Not every match can be a 60-minute Broadway. There are undercard matches for a reason.
I think Triple J and I are finally getting along here. Maybe we'll even hug after this next match. What do we got?
Oh, next up, we have one of 2 big elimination chambers. This is the tag match. There are going to be so many bodies inside of that chamber, at least 2 on the outside. And this is unprecedented, without precedent. You got Long Island's boys, the New Day, against Cesaro and Kid, against the Matadors, against the Ascension, against the Dragons, against the PTP. I mean, if anybody has a prediction for this match, God bless you.
This is extremely hard. It's never been done before. So I'm not afraid to say who I think's going to win, because you're not going to sound like an idiot picking anybody, because no one knows how this will turn out. I don't even think no one knows how this match will even work. I
can't even visualize it.
They're both going to be in pods together. That's going to be awfully close.
Well, is there going to be 3 people in one pod for the New Day?
And yeah, that's what we don't know. Which
no, on Raw they said Woods is going to be on the outside.
Oh.
Outside of the chamber?
Outside of the chamber is what we were told.
Oh, so he won't be in the chamber then.
Does Woods get involved? How do you get involved in a chamber match? I mean, is he going to crawl under the ring like Shawn Michaels? What's he going to do?
I mean, it's possible.
He's the smartest guy maybe in all of sports, so I think he'll figure it out. I'm picking the New Day. 3 is always better than 2, and although the Matadors have someone in their corner, that's more of a half, so that's 2.5.
Oh, that's right, 2.5 on the outside.
Cesaro and Kid have Natty, but I don't think she's going to be able to move wearing all that Mad Max stuff. So that really makes her really inconsequential to the match. So the New Day is going to win, but damn it, I would not be surprised to see the Ascension rise at the end of the night. I'm picking the New Day, though, officially. You know that. I invented the power of positivity, and I put it upon the New Day, and they have taken it to new heights. So they're my boys forever and ever in my Fave 5. The New Day rocks. New Day rocks. If you don't pick the New Day, I understand it's a crazy match to pick, but that's the safe bet, guys.
I think it's going to come down to all about the fresh team, the luck of the draw. Whoever exits their pod last is going to have a huge advantage. Of course, we don't know who that's going to be. The Lucha Dragons, they're coming back refreshed and really hot. PTP is at a level we have not seen them at before, but I'm going to go with brute strength, aggression, and face paint, and pick the Ascension. They're going to prove everybody wrong.
Moose the Mark, could you imagine if that actually happened?
I think they'd look great with some. Maybe they could change the belts finally. Maybe we could get some spikes on the belt, a little color in there if the Ascension won. Oh, we're all doing some very colorful tag teams here. I think. All right. I think the New Day is going to retain, and I think they're going to change the belts to be bright neon green.
No one's changing the belts.
They need to change those belts. I will not rest until those belts are changed.
I hate them too, but I don't see how it's going to happen.
I don't know. How did the Ultimate Warrior get his belt changed? He just went in the back. He grabbed the brass ring and said, hey, this black strap, I want it yellow.
That's different than changing the plates. So are you saying those tag belts would look better if it was just like green leather?
Anything will look better than those tag belts. An extension cord tied around their waist will look better than those tag belts.
Maybe if the Ascension wins, they take pieces of the chamber and turn them into a belt. A lot cooler than that bronze piece of shit around the New Day's waist. It's so bad. This match would maybe be the most hyped match of all time if it weren't for the shitty belts. I truly firmly believe that. Milkow Sonis, who you got winning?
You know what? Thinking about those belts, I don't know which tag belts are worse, the PWG tag belts or the WWE.
Those are prestigious, though. Hey, they may be made of paper, but they look.
I know, I think I saw one of the Young Bucks folding the tag team title belt into his pocket. And just walked away with the belt in his pocket. But
it just pulled it out like a big picture of people.
Yeah, he did. I don't know those. I think they only have one belt too. I think, but I'm going with my all-time favorites. I'm going with the prime time players because they millions of dollars. Hey,
Milkow Sonis, remember when me and you were at SummerSlam and I told you they were going to win the tag titles?
Yeah, you said we were supposed to do the $1 Million Dance, and what happened? You said no. Let's wait for when they win the titles.
That moment never.
I'll never forget that, Long Island.
So for that fact, I'm rooting hard against the PTPs because if they're going to win the titles, I got to be with you there. I got to be with you, brother.
It better be at SummerSlam. I'll be fine with it. The primetime players.
So you should be picking against them. You don't want that to happen. I got to be there with you to do the dance.
All right, I want the primetime players to win in my heart, but the New Day will win probably.
You like that? How I get people onto my side, Triple J?
Shut up.
How about you? Triple J? You got the New Day?
No, I said I'm going Ascension.
No, but why not pick the New Day? It's proof. Come on, it's the power of positivity, Triple J. Rethink.
I hear about the power of positivity, but it's going to be all about total annihilation in that chamber. The Ascension has a weapon to work with. I mean, the whole thing's going to be a weapon. The floor, the ceiling, the pods, the chains.
There's something to like about every single tag team in this match, even Los Matadores. Maybe not a lot of people like them, but I think there's some good qualities there. Hey, maybe the Matadors. I think actually the team that would generate the most heat by winning would be the Matadors. Musta Mark, what do you think of that? If they win it and then they go on their kind of New Day run?
I guess. I don't know. I don't really see it. I don't know if that particular gimmick or those characters really have the leverage to pull off.
Maybe not those characters, but hey, WWE Creative could do anything. They're proving it right now, baby. It's the best it's ever been, Michael. I love it. What's the next match, Triple J?
Well, I mean, let's just keep it in the family and move on to the other Elimination Chamber match. It's for the vacant Intercontinental Championship. We got Truth, Sheamus, my fellow King Barrett, the Ryback, Ziggler, and maybe Rusev. Moose, Mark, you want to fill us in on why I'm saying that?
Well, and again, this news actually broke when we were recording our future segment in the past that Rusev suffered an ankle injury at the SmackDown taping in my hometown of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, that's actually airing right now. Rusev suffered an ankle injury. I believe he took a bad back body drop over the top rope and landed funny, and he was escorted out of the arena. He was photographed in a wheelchair with a cast around his ankle, and from all reports, no one knows whether or not he's actually going to compete, but I mean, there have been reports that he won't. There have been reports that he says he's doing fine. We don't know right now, and it's all up in the air whether he's going to participate or not.
We spoke about this with Vinman last segment, Moose the Mark. Rusev, huge question mark. A lot of beat up guys in this match. You and I picked the Ryback. You picked the Ryback too, didn't you? You had Rusev, but now you're going Ryback?
Yeah.
Brainiacs, who you got winning these matches? 412-407-5227. All right, now I got to hear who's Triple J and Mil Calzone's got. We both are pulling hard for the Ryback. Vinman's pulling hard for the Ryback. This is the Ryback's time. He's going to be in there. The only fear I have, I said last segment, Triple J, Mil Calzone's, is that Ryback is going to feed on whoever's first in that ring with him, and then he might die of starvation waiting for the next pod to open up.
I mean, he's going to be so hungry, and there are 5 other large meals, not including his 6 to 8 meals daily that he eats. He's going to feast, but those ribs are still not 100%. He's got to be thinking about that loss last month, and there's only been one guy in this match that has been near unstoppable ever since coming back, and that is going to be the movie star Sheamus. Yeah, he had that one blemish against Dolph Ziggler.
Movie star? What are you talking about, Triple J? I've never seen.
Maybe we'll get to that. Maybe we'll get to that a little bit later. We all knew he had movie star looks, and I think Sheamus is the one that's he's gonna pull it out, and he's gonna make that Intercontinental Championship mean something because he has been a dominant competitor as of late.
Wow, I'm interested to hear now about this movie, but also who's Mil Calzones got winning the match?
Well, I'm going to have the Ryback winning this match because we finally need an Intercontinental Champion who isn't this 180-pound bum. We're going to have the Ryback as the IC Champion, this big monster, the big guy, representing the IC title the way it should be represented.
Mil Calzones, do you see Ryback being the new Ultimate Warrior, taking the IC title, elevating it to new heights, walking into WrestleMania with it maybe, and taking on the champion, maybe Brock Lesnar?
Oh, I totally see that. Champion versus champion. Winner takes both belts, and that's going to be the big guy.
All right, Triple J, moving on. What's the next match we're going to talk about here on Brainbuster Radio? If you're joining us from Reddit, what up? Love our Redditors. If you're on the YouTube channel, we got the chat room rocking and rolling. Of course, the Brainbuster Radio YouTube channel streams it all. And, of course, the podcast, Saturday, 6:05. Final predictions about to be told right here. We're going to get to that title match, right, Triple J? Is that all we got left?
Yeah, I think that's all we got match. The title match, which we're assuming it's going to be Rollins and Ambrose. We don't have any confirmation if the big dog, put his paw, put that very large paw on the contract, but it would seem as not. And I mean, guys, all that doubt from last month that many of us, even myself, had about whose side is Kane on. Is he going to cost Rollins the title? Is he going to help him retain the title? I mean, that is basically all in the past. Those two are tighter than ever, it would seem. And once again, we are all going to be paying good money to see Seth Rollins leave as champion, I believe.
Well, how do you think that's going to happen? Is Kane going to help him, or is the big dog going to do something? Seth Rollins never just wins, Triple J.
He's going to pull a pedigree out of somewhere. I don't know if, maybe New York's Finest is going to contact the sheriffs of Corpus Christi, and they're going to come ringside, and they're going to try to put him in the paddy wagon for stealing an official uniform and automobile of the New York State Police Department, and he's going to get distracted, and Rollins hits a pedigree out of nowhere. I don't know. That's why you got to watch.
Moose the Mark, how many stars on the Meltzer scale are we expecting out of this one?
Well, Long Island, I mean, the Meltzer scale is very subjective. It's just one man's opinion, albeit a very smart, capital G, great man. But I don't know if this is going to be these guys really know each other. They train together. They drove up and down the road together. I think if anyone could pull off a great match, these guys can. That being said, I don't know, man. No Misawa. I mean, Misawa's long gone. Rest in peace. This isn't at the Tokyo Dome. I can't see this getting more than 3 3/4.
And does it matter who wins to maybe boost that rating up? And who do you have winning?
I don't think the winner of a match affects the star rating too much. I have Seth Rollins winning, or at least retaining the title through some, boondoggery or I don't know, gimmicks, interference, whatever. Kane's still a factor. Roman Reigns isn't booked on the show. I'm sure he's going to involve himself. J&J Security. I think I don't know if he's going to win or if there's going to be a double count out or a no contest, but I still don't see any way Seth Rollins is walking out of there without the belt.
I don't want to hear this, guy. So far, I don't like what
Nobody wants Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to hear it.
Telling me, hey, there's a secret. This weekend's my birthday, and you're telling me I'm going to have a pretty crappy birthday. John Cena's going to lose, and Seth Rollins is going to be the champion. Is this what you're telling me?
Well, I'm
No,
telling you,
I'm telling
Cena's.
you.
I'm saying Cena's going to win, and Seth will be the champion. But yeah, sorry, brother. Hey, there's always next year.
Bill Calzones, I don't remember if that happens. I don't remember a worse birthday pay-per-view for me.
Well, it's going to be a late present, Long Island. But as much as I want to see Seth Rollins get the shit kicked out of him, he's just too smart. That's why he's the architect. He has a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down to Z. And I think he's going to pull it out and pin Dean Ambrose. 1, 2, 3.
As much as you guys want to bring me down, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It is going to finally happen. Corpus Christi, Texas. Short notice for Seth Rollins. He's not ready. Dean Ambrose coming out of nowhere. A month ago, he was taking on Adam Rose, and he's bringing the ketchup, and his best bull, the big dog, is bringing extra mustard, and he's going to punch Rollins in the mouth when those other goons on the outside accidentally have the ref distracted, and Dean Ambrose will be your champion this Sunday in Corpus Christi, and I am finally going to get my money's worth. I have spent damn near $100,000 of my own money to see this guy get his ass properly kicked, and it's going to happen at the Elimination Chamber, and we're going to have a new champion, a lunatic champion, and it's going to be lovely for everybody, Triple J.
Long Island, I hope you're right, but there is only one way to find out, and that is by living or at least residing in the United States, watching it on traditional pay-per-view or on the WWE Network.
You've got that wrong, I think. Isn't it on pay-per-view in the UK and it's not on pay-per-view here?
I don't know if somebody wants to confirm that.
I don't know. Either way, it's on the network and the network's free. So damn it, if you're not watching it, then you're just an nincompoop. Or it's $9.99, which is also a pretty reasonable price. So a lot of people say. Is that all we got for Elimination Chamber, Triple J?
That is the card as of right now.
All right. Well, it's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting, to say the least. I'm looking forward to it. Before we get extremely bloody and Falls Count Anywhere, somebody was saying something about a goddamn movie star.
Moose to Mark, I'm pretty sure you know a lot more about this than I do on the internet gimmicks. But yes, Sheamus is transitioning to a different screen, it would seem.
Yeah, that's right, Triple J. Just came out today, as a matter of fact. I'm reading from TMZ all over the damn place. In the next movie, the sequel to the Michael Bay produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're going to be introducing some beloved characters from the show, notably the mutant Rhino and Boar, Bebop and Rocksteady, respectively. And it's been revealed today through a leaked set pic that Sheamus, the Irish brawler, the last of the big men, is going to be playing Rocksteady. He is the Rhino, not the Warthog. And there's been a photo released of both of these gentlemen, presumably in their human forms before they're affected by the mutagenic ooze. And yeah, it's confirmed. I'm going to get it up on the stream here for you, Brainiacs, if I can.
What does this mean for Elimination Chamber, though? That's what I want to know.
That's right. If he is filming this movie, I mean, guys take months off to film crappy WWE films. And this is like a pretty major production. This is big budget, and Bebop and Rocks. I can't believe they kept this so secret.
Yeah, it's incredible. Maybe that explains the mohawk and the looking stupid.
The other one had the mohawk.
He's not wearing a mohawk in the picture they released.
It
No,
almost looks like a bowl cutter. Like it looks like he has the mohawk length, but it's just not gelled up.
Other quick news bits. Triple J, I know that you have had a raging hard-on since the early part of the week. Ring of Honor has new dolls coming out.
Oh, I believe the official story is Ring of Honor has new action figures coming out. But yes, you are right. These are going to be produced by Figures Toy Company. I know they've made an Andre the Giant.
Where are they based out of? Do they try to ever pay homage to the LJNs or the Hasbros?
No, it's a weird company. They have like a lot of. It seems like they make like old television shows. Like they have the Adam West Batman. They make Evil Knievel, Dallas, Gilligan's Island.
JR! Hi, little buddy. Oh, my little buddy Triple J's turning into a robot right now, Brady X. All right, we got to close this son of a bitch down. It's been a marathon of a show. It's been hellacious. It's been bust-ass. It's been fun, though. But I think right now it's really time to get serious, guys. And I don't know where you hide your gimmicks, but it's time to blade because it's legal on Brainbuster Radio. This is False Count Anywhere.
Global Force Wrestling. Your first ever live TV taping is coming up in July, and I'm really excited, especially since I will be sitting front row. But please, I've been looking at your rosters and your Grand Slam tours, and these wrestlers, I have no idea who they are. Here, let me name you guys a few: Sanjay Dutts, Lance Hoyts, Davey Boy Smythe Jr., Jorge T. Murdoch, Luke Hawks, Andrew Evanescence, Takaki Wanabimi, New Heavenly Booties, Jimmy Rave, Jigsaw, Jammin Olivencia, the Hot Shots. Seriously, when you do your first ever live TV taping, don't put most of these bums in there. Please. Please, Jeff Jarrett. Don't put these bums and make me sad that I wasted my money. Add the Young Bucks, the Bullet Club. Have yourself wrestle and become champion. But please, Jeff Jarrett, don't have them guys. Don't put them on. Please.
As I was saying before I was cut off, Brainiacs, I think you know Long Island is still a little hot under the collar. After that, I wouldn't call it as much of an argument as a dissension of views that we had earlier. But as I was saying, Ring of Honor is getting action figures. Produced by Figures Toy Company. The first wave are going to have 4 superstars in them. 1 throwback superstar. And you cannot go wrong with the lineup. Adam Cole, Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, and the legend Kevin Steen. You may know him as Kevin Owens, the man that is just trying to provide for his family. He's trying to do the right thing, make his wife happy, his son happy, his daughter happy. Now, you know, I swore off wrestling figures a number of years ago. But guys, I think it's time to get back in the game. And whenever I do, I will have all the high-res pics, unboxing videos, and everything else you want to know on brainbusterradio.com.
What an amazing world we live in. We got supercomputers in our front pockets. We're connected at all times. We could play Mortal Kombat with our friends in Vietnam. And there's a wonderful little tool out there called Twitter where anyone can make their thoughts known. But as Long Allen learned today, things can get a little ugly. And I think people would do well to learn a little restraint and a little bedside manner, I guess. Because certain professionals within the pro wrestling industry have been acting out on Twitter in response to rumors about changing networks, and new deals, and old talents, and old alt-rock singers from the 90s. I mean, people are embarrassing themselves. You have 140 characters to express your thoughts. Think about every word before you put it out there in the wild, brother, because the internet never forgets.
I have not felt this way since WWF, now WWE, purchased the WCW. And I don't know about you, but I just think that this Ring of Honor deal with Destination America and being on the same network as another big wrestling company, this is monumental this week, people. This is, I hate the phrase, but it is game-changing. Holy mackerel. Wednesday nights are going to be so fun now. It's insanity. I feel like I made all this happen, talking about how much more content we need, how much content I watch. You can't get enough. And the people at Destination America, my God, they get it. This week, all I want to do, I'm not going to do any New Day gimmicks. I am going to be positive, but I just want to give a big hand to everybody working at Destination America, because these people understand what quality entertainment is. It's a 20 by 20 squared circle, maybe an 18 by 18 squared circle in some cases, or a 17 by 20 by 16 by 14 by 13 by 22 ring, six-sided ring. Whatever the case may be, it's a ring structure with guys in trunks putting on a show, telling a story, not working too fast, letting things breathe, and selling. Destination America gets it. The people there get it, and I love it. I'm almost speechless at how happy I am right now to be a pro wrestling fan. I mean, this weekend, for God's sakes, I'm going to watch New Japan. I'm going to watch the Best of the Super Juniors. I'm going to watch Lucha Underground. I'm going to watch NXT. I'm going to watch Corey Graves' show. I'm going to watch Renee Young talk to some celebrity I don't know. I'm going to watch the Monday Night Raw in Spanish, maybe. I'm going to watch SmackDown right now as soon as I stop this damn show. In fact, you know what? Let me just close the show right now. I got to get to SmackDown. We got to watch some wrestling right now. Come on. All right, Brainiacs, thanks for listening each and every week, live or on the podcast, whatever the case may be. We appreciate you, much like Daniel Bryan once appreciated CM Punk's wife. Triple J, I'm sorry we butted heads today, but I still think you're the king. I respect you, and I look forward to Elimination Chamber and you being completely wrong.
Hey, whatever happens is going to happen. We disagree, but I mean, we're always going to we're going to team up next week, and we're going to do this dance all again.
And we always have Wednesday nights now. Mil Calzones, ¿quieres anything to say?
Gotta watch that New Japan Super Junior tournament. That's it.
Oh, I'm going to be watching that. How many hours of it are on New Japan World right now?
Oh, it's been out. The tournament started about a week ago, so I'll have about a week worth of content to watch.
And did they actually post all of them? Holy shit, this is going to be a rough weekend.
Oh yeah, they post every single live show they have. They post them up right away.
That's a lot of Mountain Dew Kickstart limes, brother. All right, Moose the Mark, the king of the internet gimmicks, Mr. IWC. What you got before
I
we
got
get out?
nothing, brother. Let's take it home.
All right, we're getting out of here. He sounds like he's blowed up, Triple J. Moose the Mark. Oh man, he's the hardest working man in the Brainbuster universe. All right, that's it for Vin Man, the notorious Vin Man, winning his challenge this week. King Jumpin' Jacob J, Mr. IWC, Moose the Mark on the internet gimmicks, Bill Calsonis on the ones and twos, and Long Island Iced Tea. I'm Long Island Iced Tea saying, all right, gotta go and watch some wrestling. Whammy.
Oh, yo, man, that's like already over. That's a good one.
That's like a long ass show, dog.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
that was
all. Yeah, but luckily it's only 8 o'clock, right, guys?
I was really into when we were talking Steen Owens or
Oh, me too.
Cena. That was so good. Wow.
I saw. I got an
I don't
email
like
today.
too much. I don't like too much NXT like main roster crossover. I gotta say.